Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about prisoners. Should you recruit them, or enslave them, or should you convert them? That's a very hard decision, and it took me a while to figure out what I wanted from my colonists, because the first thing I would choose is recruit, of course, but there are some pros and there are some cons on it. Same thing with enslaving. There are some pros and some cons. Same thing with same thing with converting. There's some pros and some cons, and I will detail to you the difference. Three of them. Okay. So if you recruit them, which is a good thing because you want more people in your colony, um, the thing you have to check first is their bio. So first of all, what are their traits? What is it they're capable of? What is it they're incapable of? And will there be beneficial for your team? Okay, for your colony. Also, the other thing you want to check their social ideologion. What is it their social ideologion? Okay, now you say morals of dominance. My ideologion for my colonists is ideo-ethic. Now, just looking at these names is not sufficient. You need to double click what is it, their ideology here, click it, and you gotta check what does it entail. What is their ideology entail? So here, first of all, there are supremacists. Okay. So you look, what does that entail? So they like raiding. So you have to ask yourself, does your ideologian likes raiding? Is there a positive or negative impact, or is it neutral impact? So what you're gonna do? Well, I mean, you should know, because you don't. I mean, if you don't know, you just go on your thing over here. You click over here, and then you look what is your precept. So you see, I'm gonna look at ratings. Do I have anything about ratings? Slavery is cool. Female, male, small. No, no. See, rating will not impact me. So it's fine. Let me see. Individuals, slavery, honorable, drug use, drug ranger. No, see, rating has no impact with me. Okay, so now let's go and see what else they have. Slavery, honorable. So you see, you go one by one. That, I mean, it depends on you. Do you want to go all the way one by one, double check it? Me, what I do is, like, I go on my thing, and I try to memorize what I have. So ranching. Mildly, okay, non-me, 8 non. Yeah, diversity, okay. By the way, diversity, oh, that's what I want to talk about. I'll talk about that later, the diversity. That has to do with converting, by the way. Physical love, free and approve, oh yeah. Man, spouse, unlimited, yeah, I kind of added that. Don't ask me why, please. I come from, in my other life, in my real life, before I was born, I used to be a king. And as a king, I like to have a lot of spouses. Sorry, I got something in my throat. So that's why I added this precept and this. Okay, you know what? Let's not talk about. You know what? It's just a game. Okay, let's keep playing. So, man, spouse, unlimited. I know a lot of female player will be like, "What the fuck?" I'm sorry. It's just just a game. Execution, respect if guilty, organ use, no harvest, cannibalism, abhorrent. So, wait a second. A human. I butchered a human life. Oh shit! Because I have. Oh, okay, because I have some people in my colonies that are cannibals. So I forgot I had this shit. Okay, anyway, blindness, blinding people for ideologist reasons is horrible. Fuck yeah, it's horrible. Corpse ugly. Well, who likes corpse? Well, unless you do. Fungus despise. Insect meat despise. Eating nutrition pays despise. Research normal. Scarification horrible. Skull spike disapprove. Huh? What the fuck did I? Oh my god, I made a mistake. Oh no. I took individualist, but then I took this one. I should have. Oh my god, I should have approved it, because now I cannot use this shit. How can you do slavery and not approve that? Well, I mean, yeah, you could, of course, but what I'm saying is that having a skull spike allows you to how can I say this? Reduce, like, to make them more easier to control, because there will be afraid of skull spike in a sense, which will reduce their how can I say this? Their rebellious feelings towards the colonists. And trust me, by rebellious, it's not a joke. I have one slave who actually rebelled against me and just freaking, and then he left the colony, and I couldn't even catch him because he was running too fucking fast, because he was healthy and everything, and he was a jogger, and I couldn't even catch him. So I was like, what the fuck? No, like, I'm sorry, what the hell? So yeah, you want to have something to scare them, for them to not run away if you choose slavery, but I'll talk about that later. Female clothing, no rules. Yeah, no rules, baby. You do whatever you want. You want to be nude? Be my guest. Hey, it's a free world. It's a free world. What the hell? Male clothing, same thing. You do what you want. And I mean, you want to be free. You know, we're all born naked. You know, we are all born naked. So what? So what the hell? You know, why do you need to put clothes? That's because, what is naked? What is naked in your own definition? You know, so it depends how you, that's your ideology. That's why we call it ideology. What do you believe in? Okay, here we go. Woman spouse, one only. Now you're gonna say, hey, what the fuck? Man spouse unlimited and woman spouse one only. What the you know, I know. You know what? I don't want to talk about it. That's my decision, okay? That's a video game, by the way. It's just a game. Just a game. Okay. Marriage name, random. Okay, so now I try to memorize all these. Okay, drug use essential. Okay, arrangement. And then I go to this guy over here. Boom. Click over here. Boom. And then like looking, female clothing, pants and shirts. See, this goes against my belief, because I think females should be wearing whatever they want. If they want to be nude, it's up to them. Same thing with male. See, it goes against that. And then cannibalism. Okay, this is good with me. This is good with me. Don't care. It's okay. This is okay because they don't care. It doesn't go against horrible. Yeah, it doesn't go because they'll be neutral. If it's neutral, or if it's equivalent to what I believe, then it's okay. Execution, don't care. It's neutral. It's okay. Despise, yeah, that's a belief with me. Same belief as I. Neutral, diversity of thought, that's good too. That is very good because because the thing, they don't mind to have different people with different ideology, so it's fine. They're neutral, so there's no buff, there's no debuff. But in my case, it's like we need that. See, in my case, like I was talking before, diversity exalted, so that I need to have people with different what I need. The more people who are diversified, who are versatile, the more diversity I have, the more buff, mood buff I will get. So that's what it means. So if everybody are all the same ideology as me, it's not good. Well, it's not good. It's okay, but it's better to have different ideology. Okay, so but I want to talk about that later. Where was I? Ugh. So I go over here. So let's go check insect me. Yeah, that's good. Spouse only, strict. Okay, see, that doesn't go with my ideology, so that's not good. Eating the so you go on one by one. You figure out, is it beneficial for them to keep that moral of that ideology? Now, if let's say the answer is yes, then I would suggest that you just recruit the person. Okay. You can reduce resistance first, but me, I just recruit right away. So when the resistance automatically goes down to 0, it will automatically recruit the person. Okay. Now you'll say, what's the difference between reduce resistance and recruit right away? Well, sometimes you want to reduce resistance without necessarily recruiting them right away. Now you're gonna say, yeah, but why don't you want to recruit them right away? Well, there could be different reasons. Maybe you don't have enough room. You don't have beds, or maybe you have too many people, or maybe you want to think before, maybe you want to change your mind at the end and say, you know what, I want to enslave them. You know, reduce resistance only allows you to actually reduce the resistance. You know, whether you recruit or reduce resistance, you have to reduce the resistance no matter what. But the difference is that when they reach 0, you will not necessarily recruit it right away, which could be a good thing for you in a sense if you don't have any bedroom, or if you don't, you know, if you want to double. You want to think about it again, so it's good. Otherwise, if you recruit, it's done deal. You recruit him, when it goes down to 0, it's done deal. It's recruited, okay? Now, yeah, so that's if you think their ideology is beneficial for your ideology. That's all. That's all it means. Now, and why would you want to enslave them, you ask me? Enslave them, okay, is it good or is it bad? I had slave before. Now, you have to double check what is your ideology, of course, over here. So, like I said, me and slavery is acceptable, so it's okay. So if your ideology is unacceptable, so you don't want to enslave them. You don't want to enslave them if you do not accept slavery. Remember that, because I made the mistake to enslave someone before, and one of the people in my colonies did not accept enslaving, and he got like a minus 14 debuff. I was like, what the shit? And then he went berserk. He went angry and shit. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious? So I'm like, I have to bring the slave back into the to imprison him again, and then I have to go back to recruit him to become part of the colonists, uh, so that one of my people would not get a tantrum all the time, because he or she would get a tantrum all the time, and I was getting on my nerves, so I just had to recruit them instead of enslaving them. Now, if let's say everybody agrees on enslaving it, let's say everybody here agrees on enslaving, okay? Well, you can enslave them. It's a good thing. And if you need to enslave someone, because some ideologion requires you to have slave, like this guy over here. I think his ideologion requires you to have slave. Let me see. I saw it before. What the fuck? Honorable. So you see, this guy over here, he needs to have slave. So if you don't convert him, you need to have slave. This could be a problem in a sense that if you choose not to have slave in your colony, and let's say this guy needs slaves, he's gonna get a debuff, and debuff can be a pain in the ass. He's gonna be like, oh, there's no slave, so I think it's a -4 mood debuff, I believe, because I had that issue before. And also, if you don't like to raid, oh my god, you'll have a big debuff again. So you need to raid, you need to have slaves. So, this guy is very demanding. He's very demanding. He's a supremacist, you know what I'm saying? And a raider is the same thing. And that doesn't go very well with my ideology. So, yeah, so, you can, even if you enslave him, you still have to manage to make him happy with what he demands. Because if you don't, he will not be efficient in your base. He'll have his mood's gonna be down. Then he's gonna start a tantrum. He's gonna get angry. He's gonna bing out. He's gonna do a lot of shit. Now he's gonna start with a +40 buff. They all start with a +40 buff, to help you out as a slave. But that can go down pretty fast as well, because he's gonna be like, hey, wait a second, where are the slaves? Where are my clothes? How come you have only one spouse? How come you have too many spouses? See, this guy wants people to have only one wife. But in my ideology, it's unlimited. I can have as many wives as I want. You understand? So he's gonna get debuffed. So enslaving him wouldn't be good as well. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. So what reduce will also reduce his will over here. Now you're gonna say, what's the difference between reduce will and enslaving? Well, the same thing as recruiting and reduce resistance. Reduce will, because if you try to enslave, they will reduce his will first, down to 0, which will be pretty fast, and then will become slave. But the thing is, if you don't want them to become slave right away, then yes, you can reduce their will, and it's gonna, it's just gonna stay here in the prison until you decide to enslave them, right? So otherwise, just reduce will. And when you're ready to enslave them, because sometimes you can be busy doing a lot of things, like building your base, like building the bedrooms. You don't want to enslave them yet because you don't even have a room. Like, I have a room for slaves, so I'm already ready. So these are all beds for slaves. Okay, and this is their room, so they're ready, but there's nobody yet because I haven't enslaved anyone yet. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so that's that. Now you can also enslave them just for fun. If you want, like for dueling, like you can duel in there. So you can, if you want to enslave them for that, go ahead. But remember, if you enslave them, you're gonna have to keep their suppression, because they're gonna have they're gonna have this suppression thing over here. I don't know how you call it, but if suppression goes all the way to 100%, they will rebel against you and they will leave. And the only way to keep them like how can I say this, unrebellious, to keep their suppression low, is to actually have, like I said, a skull spike. This guy over here. Oh, so he likes skull spike. So yeah, you need to have skull spike, and you need to have clothing. There's special clothing that that will also uh, help in order to to suppress their needs to rebel against you. Those clothing, well, you see, I don't even have the workstation yet. Where do I have the workstation? Actually, I think no, I don't even have it. Why? Because you need to research it. And where is it? It's this complex clothing. There we go. And do I have it here? No, it's not even there. What the fuck? Wait, where's the clothing? I think it's further. Let me see. What second? Is it? Unless it is. Wait a second. Shield, medicine, shield, transport, Drew, hospital, long, biscuit. Why is it so complicated? Recon armor? No. Marine armor? Advanced bionic, replace, starflight. Are you serious? What is this shit? Okay, no. Build a ship, that's great. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Johnson Tanaka drive. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can build your own starship. I like that. I like that a lot. No, yeah, I think to be honest with you, I think it's part of complex clothing. I believe it was there. I just don't see it here. Maybe they cannot put everything. Wait, let me see. Tail cap. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around. I think it's this guy. Anyway, but anyway, if you have the clothing for slavery, put it on them in order to reduce their suppression mood thingy. Over here. Where was I? So yeah, enslaving is good if you have a room for them, and make sure you put a lot of skull spikes over here. Skull spike to scare them, and put clothing on the clothing for slaves. And yeah, that you should be okay. But that still doesn't mean you still have to suppress them. Here it's gonna say suppress. You still need to suppress them. Okay, it's not even if you have everything ready for them, like clothing, bedroom, and everything. You still need to suppress them. So you gotta make sure that you have people who are working on them. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they can rebel anytime. And usually, enslaving them, to be honest with you, is good if you intend to sell them. If you intend to sell them, then it's good. Or if you want to keep them for dueling, that's good too. But if you sell them, it's the best thing to do. You don't want to have like 10 slaves in your base. You know, like it's. I mean, you might as well just recruit them. You know, like if you just make them work over here, you might just recruit them. But slavery, it's more for like selling them, just between me and you, okay? But it's up to you what you want to do with them. Now converting. This is good. Like I said, you remember my Ideoligion over here? Okay. See if this doesn't go with their Ideoligion, then, and if you want to recruit them, okay, then I would suggest me this is what I do. I always convert them. I convert everybody before I actually recruit them. Once you convert them, and this is gonna take a while, by the way. That's the longest. It's gonna take well, it depends. You know, it depends on your skill level, but converting will allow them to believe in your Ideoligion. Okay, so and what happened is that once they believe in your Ideoligion, then the good news is that you have more people who has the same Ideoligion. So when you do ritual over here, let's say, I don't know, this guy over here, you're gonna have higher quality chances to execute your ritual, because the more people who participate with the same ideology, the higher quality, the higher you can have up to 10, by the way. You will have up to 40% of quality, efficiency once you do the ritual. So that's one benefit. The other benefit is that they will not rebel against you, and you will have less issue with them. It doesn't mean you won't have any issue. They may have other personal issue, like drugs issue or needs issue, but you will have way less issue if you convert them than if you simply recruit them from the bat with their with their Ideoligion. You understand? If you recruit them like this, holy shit! Now you're gonna have a lot of have a lot to do. You're gonna have a lot of things to deal with. Excluding the fact that you already have a lot to do, like taming, building, growing, hauling. Now you're gonna have to deal with their their needs, their thoughts, their religion. Oh my God, Ideoligion. I mean, so you see this girl over here. Like she was getting me a hard time because she had drugs addiction, and I had to arrest her like 7 times because she keeps having um, low mood. The fact that she has no, like, look at that, minus 35 debuff, and she would always go over here with other debuff that would accumulate, you know, debuff moods, and I would have to always arrest her, and I was getting on my nerves. So now I'll leave her there until this goes out. And to goes out, like I said before, I think in one of my videos, I need to withdraw her addiction. I'm just trying to withdraw the addiction. This is gonna reach 100%, and she won't have this alcohol addiction anymore. Therefore, I'll be able to release her so she can be part of the colony again. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, what I'm saying is that prisoners, I always if you want to recruit them, it's better to convert them. But there's also a negative impact to have everybody believe in your Ideoligion. Like I said before, see my Ideoligion. I like diversity of thoughts, meaning the more people who have diverse thoughts, like you see over here, diverse stuff, you get a 6 mood buff, which is a good thing. Now, if I don't have anyone who believes differently, there will be, I think there's a Z, I'm not sure if there's a debuff. I forgot, to be honest with you. I forgot. Sorry about that. But I think, is there a debuff? I think there's a debuff, but I think it's only -4 mood. Anyway, I know that you get a buff if you have diverse thought. That's my Ideology. So, to convert someone is good. To convert a prisoner is good, but it's also a little bit bad. You know what I'm saying? So, for the sake of challenging yourself, if you want to have a higher challenge, then you can actually recruit them from the bat without converting their religion, their Ideologion. But I want to have at least 10 people in my base with the same Ideology, simply for the ritual, because ritual you can have up to 10 people. So if I have 10 participants, I have 40. I can have, you know, higher quality efficiency for my ritual. Okay, and you know, it's just that I want to have a big group of people who believe in what I believe. You know, if you want to have a lot of wives, I mean, it's up to you. Ah! Sorry, I don't. No, it's a video game, guys. It's a video game. Okay, so yeah. I know a lot of female players would be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Anyway, guys, so yeah. So that's pretty much it. I think, did I forget anything? Yeah, when you enslave them, be careful. They can leave the base anytime. I don't know what happened last time, but one dude, one slave, he was actually working around here. All my people were around here, and he decided to run away. He just like fucking ran away, and I brought all my people to try to catch him, but he already ran. So I'm like, what the freak, man? And so I just lost a slave. And that pisses me off because he was doing a lot of good he was doing good work. You know, he was helping me a lot, and then suddenly he just decided to leave. Like, seriously? Otherwise, the other thing you can do, if you have slaves and if you don't want them to go too far, you can actually create zone areas. So you go to manage areas, you create a zone like here, you call it slave, you know, and then you go over here, zone, slave, and you say, alright, you know what, I just want you to stay around here, alright? You just do some shit. If you want to work, just stay around here. I don't want to go any further than that. Actually, that's pretty far. Slave, so yeah, that's too far. I just want you to, no, that's way too far. I want to be able to catch him if they so I would say, yeah, they can stay here. Yeah, maybe slave. Let me see, slave, I could do this like this. They can actually go on the planting thing. Do I have time to catch them? Yeah, I have plenty time to catch them. So they can go on the plants thing over here, do some gardening, you know. And they can, yeah, this is the, yeah, no, I could, yeah, here. Maybe I can, no, this is too far, this is too close to the, you know. So yeah, guys, so if you want to have slaves, I highly recommend that you also do zoning, and then, you know, you go to schedule and you apply slave over here, okay? So that you know that if they decide to leave, then you can catch them faster because they're not too far away. Okay, guys? So that's about it about, the difference between you know, recruiting, enslaving, and converting. To be honest with you, I'm always converting, but it's the longest procedure. It takes a long time, But if you like challenging stuff, if you like to challenge yourself to see if you can manage them, even though they don't have the same ideology, then go with recruit. If you want to have slave and to be in between the two, I mean, if you want to be in between recruiting and converting, then enslave them. But make sure you put a zoning area for them and have beds for them and put slaves clothes and skull spike and shit, you know. And that's about it, guys. So yeah, that's it. So if you like my video, if you find it helpful, please let me know by liking and subscribing. I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next Rimworld amazing, funny, crazy video. Cheers, I love you all. Mwah. Kisses, that was not necessary. Sorry about that.